I believe that one of the things many people take for granted on modern cars are power door locks. And now some cars will even unlock themselves whenever the fob is close. The Bronco here, on the other hand, doesn't have power door locks. Just good old-fashioned key and tumbler. But today that changes. Right, here's the kit that's going on. It's a plug-and-play kit that includes 2 door lock actuators, all the wiring and control box, and 2 fob remotes. To start off, the inside door panel needs to come off. This truck is almost 40 years old, so it's not surprising that there's a bunch of different screws holding the panel to the door. At some point in the past, someone added power door windows to all the doors, so the wiring by the switches is a bit of a mess. Don't worry, I took a picture of it all to get all the wires back in place. Okay, now that we're in the panel, here's the lever arm that the new lock actuator is going to be attached to. I think we'll have just enough room to mount it right here, using at least one of these factory holes. Now that the actuator is mounted, we can figure out the length of wire needed to attach to the lever arm. The lever arm has this rubber coating around it that needed to be trimmed off so the adapter could be attached. The new wire is now bent and attached to the lever arm and the actuator. As I pull on the lever arm, you can see the actuator moves at the same time. Now all that's left is the wiring. The kick panel pops right off to give access to the wiring grommet. Man, this wiring is a bit of a mess. I'll have to come back and make it better at looking at some point. The wiring is now loosely ran from the actuator to the control box. I have it temporarily wired up to an external battery. Once it all works, I'll tie the wiring into the battery circuit on the fuse panel here below the steering wheel. Look at that, it works! Let's look inside the door as it works. Now I just need to duplicate this on the passenger side, then the wiring can be finished. Right now I have the control module tucked up under near the steering column, and the wiring is powered off an add a fuse connection in the fuse panel. One thing I noticed when doing this job was there was an extra lever arm hanging on the bottom of the door latch assembly. It would move when the lock lever arm would move, but in the opposite direction. There's also this extra 6-pin wire connector just kind of chilling out in the bottom of the doors. I did some internet searching, and I believe this truck was set up for power door locks at some point in its life. A diagram I found showed that the door lock actuator would mount below the latch and connect to the extra lever arm. It's possible whomever did the power windows upgrade deleted the door locks to get room for the window switches, without it looking like a tacky add-on. It doesn't really matter though, the new kit I installed will do just as well, and now I'll have key fobs. Thanks for watching. spare tire takes up too much space back here. So I think we need to mount it back here. This winch, those bumpers, going on that. It's 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. It's nice and cold, 10 degrees. I'm getting the sport track ready to go here because I got a project to go pick up.